folks, and welcome back to Mindustry. We're here in Siege again, but last time we made massive amounts of progress. It looks like our little glitch area finally has died there. I made sure to pause it last time right there just to see what happened. So we don't have the benefit of that anymore. So that might pose a bit of a challenge for us. We can see that we're going to have lots of bad guys probably streaming in here real soon. Luckily, I think we're going to be able to hold most of that back, but you never really know because this game is a lot all of the time. Never not a lot. All right, luckily, we have the carbide stuff doing its thing. We should hopefully be okay with all of that. And then we just need to see what we have going on here. We have this one that's barely starting construction. So we're waiting for all of the things. We only have one available right now. I kind of wish I didn't pause it when I did, so that or stop recording when I did, so that we could have just kept that kind of borked unit to keep doing stuff for us. But whatever, it's okay. I don't want to win by cheating, but I also at the same time am very tired of this, and we also need to make sure that they do not rebuild anything in this sector. So that's what we're doing right now is trying to establish that they do not get to re-establish their foothold in any way, shape, or form for anything that they're doing. So I'm going to take a small crew over here, and we're just going to try to light up this area a bit. And I really should just establish some basic offensive stuff here and see what we can come up with. I'm going to just slowly try to sneak back here and knock that out, or just that out. There we go. And right now, I'm not really caring about anything else other than that there's a core right there. And we can knock out that core very easily. That's the goal for what I'm looking at right now. All right. We are getting shot up pretty well. So we're going to send this guy up to help out. He's not really in any real danger right now, but we still need to make sure it's not doing anything bad. And what's going on with our tank production down here? Oh, we're out of beryllium. Poopy pants. Okay. So we'll get rid of that. We'll get the unloader. Loader. My bad. It's a payload loader. Boom. And we'll have that pop over there like so. And we should at least be able to make tanks again relatively quickly. Right, we have these tanks here that I'm going to pull up. Maybe I'll have them come all the way up here with the rest of our crew. You, I'm going to send back to get health again, just cause. And I'm going to pull you back too, because we can't have both of our main defensive/offensive weapons getting hit by stuff right now. But we're going to go knock out that core. That's what we need to do. We just need to knock that core out, and we'll be in much better shape. And then we can hopefully get some of this stuff going here. But I do want to make sure we get all of our health back. We have these dum-dums that keep getting screwed up here, so hopefully you can go. There we go. That's what we need to see. We should be making stuff now down here. Yep, there we go. That's what we needed. And you can see that container-wise, it's flowing in and out. So this one's the only one that has stuff really sitting in it. So we can let that roll for a little while and still make units, which is what we need to do. And we have all of these guys. Let's go ahead and pull them all at the same time up together. And let's go get that core. So we're going to come down this way, I think, and go up this route and just try to knock them out. They're pretty much done at that point, and then hopefully that will deconstruct this whole area of the base and we'll have another core. You can see that they are having long-range weapons fire at us. That's fine. Hopefully we can knock them down. And I don't like having the big concentration of all that stuff right there. That's why I don't like that, because it's very easy to disturb all of the things. All right, these guys I'm going to need to pull back. They have to. I don't really want to spend the resource. Like we made so much progress. I don't want to sacrifice all of that progress in the name of just trying to get things done quickly. So we're gonna kind of pump the brakes a little bit here. I don't think they're gonna be regenning lots of stuff really quickly. And you can see that we can at least get back to Dodge without much concern here. What I may do though is take this whole crew and just bring them up. They've been a relatively small factor in all the things that we've been doing so far. But what they are going to be able to do is stop the bad guys from being able to reestablish some of these zones quickly. So I don't know if it's the best idea in the world, but it's the idea that we're going to go with for right now. Because what I also want to do is we can set up mining over here, but instead of having it go out to that, we can have it go out to, is it the Disperse or is it Titan? I think it's a Titan. Yeah, it's a Titan. And we could just plop that like up here and at least give ourselves a little defense right out of the gate. I don't know if that's a good idea or not. It's probably not, but it is an idea. And we do also want to start disturbing them in this area as well. So these guys just going to run through. Yay, go have fun. Actually, we can just sit here and knock this guy out real fast because he's not doing anything bad to us. Then we'll go get health again. You guys can just come out and sit over there. Get out of the way. We have another one. Beautiful. Get all these guys fixed back up. Then have them head over. This crew can also start coming up. Now, I'm going to pause real fast because I also really should be starting to take a look at stuff over here. We do have slag over here, which is nice. And what I could do in theory is pump out some of this acrolite and fire it, as we saw last time. I could shoot it over to these guys, and then I could start making units and stuff over there because we need the cytogen or whatever the heck it's called to get over to this side. So I could do that and have these guys, the Vanquishes, on both sides, which is very, very, very tempting to think about and to try to establish here. But we're going to continue. I'm going to try to spread these guys out a little bit more. So that one's going to go up there. You guys are just going to go up and sit on that core. So I'm going to put them like right there. And I want them to just get wrecked on that core. There we go. Now we lost all of those dudes, but look at this. We cleared out this whole area. Let's go exploring and see what we got. Because those rockets are coming from somewhere. We need to figure out where. Ooh, we got surge walls. Okay. That's good to know. And we're not gonna... Nope. Time to run back. Do not want to face that. But to a larger extent, yeah, we're real happy right now. We have the ability to make a core here. So I could make a core right there if I wanted to. And let's see mining-wise. So we have beryllium up here. They're not really going to do that. We have graphite down here, which we can do stuff with. And then we have power sources there and there. So we need to protect this area. We have tungsten as well. But I do want to build a new core there if possible. We can set up power relatively easily, at least to get started with. And then we can make good power with this stuff in a little bit. But we can mine this out and do that stuff. Ooh. Okay. All right. So... what do I want to do? I'm excited. Let's try building the core bastion here. And I want a turbine condenser. Because that's going to run... Actually, let me put that up here for now. That will establish our power network, or the start of our power network. So, bam. Oh, God. All right, so let's see if we can get this going here, because I don't know if we're going to be able to or not. I'm going to use the plasma borers mainly because I don't want to have to worry about supplying the better ones with the better materials right now. All right, we got all that. Cool. That can all run up this way. And then we get some diffusers put in there. Before we do that, we need to make sure these guys have power. Bam, 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 bam. And I'm actually going to spread these guys out a little bit. So this one is going to sit over here. You're going to sit over... Nope. You're going to sit over here. You're going there. And you can go right there. And hopefully if a rocket comes in, it just stops, you know, like the main hit from happening. All right, so I'm going to build some diffusers here. These are not meant to be long-term solution to the problem. We're just trying to give ourselves the best possible chance of getting this to work. So I'll run all that. Let's see. There we go. Seems like that's pretty much the range of the missile stuff, so we need to be concerned about that. I'm gonna put that guy right there, and hopefully that will hold that back. I don't really know. All right, but I should also be able to go in here and do the electrolyzer thing. It uses up only 60 power. Okay. So I know this isn't putting off a ton of water. Actually, let's just do a vent condenser. What does that use power-wise? Only 30. Okay. We'll do that. Then we can pump that over to the electrolyzer. Then we'll put tanks in there for each of those. Not that. That one. Boom. Boom. So that's all there. We're still making power. Beautiful. Let's see, that's ozone, that's hydrogen. For the unit repair turret, that uses ozone. So I'm just going to hook that right there. Then this guy can exist inside that little bubble. Yep, see, we're right on the edge of that area. So we definitely need to be cautious with that. And then this bad boy uses hydrogen. And we're going to keep that pretty back here, I think. We'll do something like that. But all these guys are getting healed back up. That's exactly what we're looking for. And if we can shoot down all that stuff, we're like in great shape. Like that's what we're looking to do here, is to get all of this stuff. So this guy needs to get healthy again. Then down here, like we have a field day. We can take all of this cool stuff and we're just going to bring it up here. So you can see it hits us, but like this bad boy does its job and regains all of our stuff, and we're good to go. Cool beans. I am tempted to put a sublimate and all that other stuff on there, but before I do that, I really should be putting a reinforced vault somewhere back here. And then I'll put the duct unloader. Boop, boop, boop. There it is. Just so we have, I don't want there to be any question on how many resources we have to take care of all this stuff. I know we're socking ourselves into some choices here, but I'm okay with that. Yeah, it's doing minimal damage to us. Okay, that's good. Good beans. All right, we have this area here, but I mean, I'm so happy that we took this out. This is going to be a nightmare, by the way. The surge walls are intense and protective. So we may just try to rebuild little bits of stuff down here and then, I don't know, weather the storm. Power-wise down here, oh boy, what are we doing down here that we're so bad on power? Let's see if we can reestablish some of this stuff. So let's go in. You need ozone. Everybody needs ozone, my goodness. So that was this guy here, okay. And now we're producing power again, thank God. Or at least we're close. And it's lovely when we can just make assaults and don't have to worry about anything. It's so nice. And the best part here is that if we have problems, we can just go get fixed. And the world's okay. We do need to set up a better protection area for that, so we're going to let's use some carbide walls, because why not? Let's move you up a little bit. Put those in place. Okay. Now, do I want to try to reestablish more power here? We have barely any power on this side. This one is struggling mightily, so I think we're going to have to get some real power going on here. And to do that, I think I want the paralysis generator. Is that the one that we want? Yeah. We need slag and the acrylite stuff, which is not a big deal. We can get both those, and it outputs water. Okay. Slag's all the way over there. It's probably not going to be the best choice for us. We might have to just go to a chemical combustor. That's ozone and acrylite stuff. Okay. We can do that one too. So if we want to do that, that's going to just go right there. It has all the ozone it can ever want, so we're going to go over and pump out some of the acrylite stuff, which means we need this, which means you guys need to just scooch over there a little bit. That's going to feed that one. That's going to come off all that and just dump right into there. All right, now let's go ahead and get the big beam tower thingies taken care of here so we can get these well out of danger's way. It's also going to add significant battery capacity to our base here, but that's not the main goal. All right, we're at least trying to zero out all of our production. I'm going to change the location of where these guys are going. I think we can get them to be safely up here now. We'll find out, I guess. And I also want to take a look at our weaponry here and see what's what. So we have the Titan, which is awesome. Disperse here uses tungsten, which we could easily just put this disperse in and have it go to town, which I'm very tempted to do because this is like, look at this thing. Like that's a lot of area that we could put in. So if we do that, we need to have an eruption drill, which just requires some hydrogen, which we have. Or do I want to go with the impact drill, which uses less but only requires water? I think we're probably going to start. Let me see here. So this is 3.6. So it's in the threes. So we need 2 of these to basically equal the production of one of those other ones. But this one also just requires absolute minimal stuff. So I think we're going to go with that one for now. Not because I don't think we can stand it, but because I'm trying to get away with this as cheap as possible. And I think these need power too, yeah. All right, that's set up. Okay, so now I can have some resources from that flowing across. It's going to flow in and come up to there, I guess. There we go. Got our first delivery of that stuff. Oh boy. So that's a problem. All right, so let's see if we can reestablish, or not reestablish, establish some actual defensive tools here to help us out. All right, so that's going to go there. We can put our router like so. That can jump over there, and that will go in there. Oh, and this is using up the, whatchamacallit. Crap, do we have enough of that? Which one uses up 150? Okay, we're enough, but I need to turn back on the oxide. And it might be that they don't have a lot of rockets that they can do stuff with, actually. Why is this not firing? Does it require water? No, it's just a booster. Oh, it's only aerial targets. Oh, well, that's dumb. That doesn't help us at all. All right, so if that's the case, I don't think that's going to be the tool we need. A Titan's probably more akin to what we need to have here. So that's going to require that we mine out some stuff back here. Let's see. That's hydrogen. Okay. Move this crew over there. So if I just take away these 2, I need my eruption drill. That's going to exist right there. We could also do the plasma blaster thingy, but I'm not worried about that right now. That's going to go right there. And that's going to come up there, over, and continue up. Oh, and that's right. We also get, because we have another core, we get more units. So we need power here. Not a concern. And then I want to route all of that over and up. Nope, not there. All right, so this one I don't want to go into there. I'm just going to have that dump all straight into there. We'll get rid of all of this. Don't actually put it into the core. There we go. That was one off, whatever. Get all that tungsten coming back to us. Okay, that's all well and good. Why do we not have that's why? There we go. All right, then we can put on disperse. That's what it, yeah. No, not tungsten. Titan. That's what I wanted. My God. All right. No, not Titan. Input, output. So it needs hydrogen? Is that what it needs to function? Okay, I mean, we can do it. And then I need to see what's going on with the bridge thingy. Boom to boom. All right, and then here, I need to put on a little router. And then that's going to come over here and dip into there. No. God help us. All right, so I want to put a router back here then. My goodness, freaking game. There we go. Ooh, look at us. We have long-term things we can see now. That's impressive. All right, so this thing's taking a beating already. I don't like that, but I didn't really plan on this very well, so let's see if we can block it up a little bit. Oh boy, we awakened. The bad guys are awake, so let's go ahead and pull some crew up to help out. They were not thrilled with that development. I'm personally loving that we get long-term, like, stuff coming at us from really far away right now. All right, let's send all these guys back to get repaired real fast. I'm not super worried about him, even though he doesn't have good health. He can withstand that stuff. No big deal. we have that established. Let's go ahead and start up another area over here. All right, let's get the tracks and all that stuff set up. Oh, crap. That's right, we need to do this and have one of these split out. Just slowly trying to grow our sphere of influence here. All right, we're doing fine, I think. We definitely need to get more thorium into the core, so I'm going to put an overflow gate onto this. I really should put a, whatchamacallit, before we do that, let's put a reinforced container over here. I'm not going to do the big one. I'm just going to do a smaller one just for funsies. And then we'll put an overflow gate, and that will dump into the core, which is right there. Okay, that will work. All right, so an overflow duct. Gonna be right there. And then I can take said overflow duct and dump stuff into there if we need to. All right, real fast, I'm also going to take this opportunity to go through and reload on oxides. So I need to go down here. And I forget where exactly it was at. It was somewhere where there's heat. This spot, right? Yeah, it's not getting any beryllium because we killed that spot right there. All right, then I need to turn this one back over to this thing. All right, at least we'll start getting some more stuff into the core, which is what we're looking for. Got that whole crew slowly moving up. We have quite the formidable force here, quite honestly. I don't know if we have enough to do a full-on assault right now, but I'm very encouraged by what we have right now. I do want to build more stuff to get that all of the things going, but I feel like we're not there quite yet. All right, so we have 8 vanquishes, 9, 10, and I'm sure there's another one. So we have 10 vanquishes. That's pretty solid. I'm going to keep these 2 in reserve for backup. And these guys, I think, are going to start moving in, and we'll see what we can do here. Let's try to stay on the sides if we can. And we really want to just attack. Nope. I just want the vanquishes to attack that spot. That's all I care about. Okay, we're gonna start pulling back. You guys can also pull back. We did damage. We can see that we do have, we did open up a hole there. And then once we have that done, I don't know what that is necessarily, but this area is pretty. I think once we knock out one of these pipes, the sublimates are going. Well, this one in particular, the sublimates are toast. We can probably sneak in there and knock that out. And then these guys are not long for this world, I don't believe. All right, but I am going to reestablish where I want all the things to exist at. So like as these tanks are coming up, there's one there. There's probably another one on its way. I'm just going to have those go all the way up to here now. I probably should build stuff closer to the action, but I'm not concerned about that right now. That's a future us problem. All right, so all of this is all good to go now. I'll pull up here. In particular, I want my vanquishes, and I want them to target a couple key spots here, but I need to get them separated first. All right, we got in. I mean, obviously we still have lots of work to do, but the work is being done. Like, we're making serious progress. These things are wild. They can just roll through and do like crazy damage really quickly. So I'm gonna take some of our tank force here and just try to mop up some stuff that we might not be able to otherwise get at, and really just keep them occupied with units that don't matter nearly as much. They're doing a good job of just knocking stuff down and putting it out of the way. Now we start messing with this guy. He's starting to move in. Awesome. Not a problem for us. And then we'll just pull back. We'll go get healed up. We have some more vanquishers that have joined the party. We're down to 3 of our original. What do we have? 8 that we assaulted with, I think. And we're just going to keep trading back and forth, I think. The other thing I should do is get our little jobby doobies. Where are they at? They're all the way down here. I love these little guys. All right, these little guys here, they're going to come join the party with us. I'm going to put them up here for now. And I want to make sure there's not a tank that was stuck. Yeah, there's still a tank that's stuck there. Okay. Get him to join with us up there. And we're just going to do the same thing we did last time. We'll use these guys as our main defense because they can take quite a few hits and keep on ticking. Let's go knock out their power source, because these no longer work if they don't have power. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. I got cocky. Can I save this one? Think I'll be able to save him. That was a bad idea. But I believe we stopped this guy from being able to hunt us. Nope. I did not stop them from being able to hunt us there. That's okay. I don't really care about these tanks right now. I just want to make sure that they don't have the ability to... where their guys lose the ability to really fight us here. So I don't think I did a good job of that, but that's okay. We're getting healed back up. These little buggers can be annoying. Let's go be annoying with them. All right, that thing should be pretty much toast. If we knocked out that much stuff, although look at this area, man. We could knock that out and it's game over for their power production. There's big power stuff there. So that's maybe more interesting to us. So we got 4 vanquishes. Heck yeah. Let's roll up, guys. And you see, they did send a rocket there during that point, but it wasn't like anything crazy offensive or anything. Like, they didn't have a lot to go on there. So we're going to try to just scoot in again. See any reason not to keep the attack up here. I need to get my vanquishes out of there. Lost one of them. All of the tanks are toast, but we did knock this thing out from being an effective weapon anymore. So that's an overall win. But we definitely took a big L on a lot of that, so we need a little work to do here. All right, can we make silicon? Because if we can just reestablish another one of the Vanquish production facilities right here. Like, that would be great. I just need to see if we can get... so what is it? A plasma? No, it's the Cliff Crusher. All right. Okay, we can get sand. Okay, let's do that. Power-wise, we're way down on power, so I should probably... All right, we're going to put these in. It's not what I want to have right now, but it's what we need to have. Just until we can work through this a little bit more. There we go. All right. So let's do that. Let's establish some new manufacturing hubs here. So to do that, we're going to go over here. We're going to get our Cliff Crusher set up. 1, 2, 3. I can do 4, I think. That'd be quite lovely if we can. All right, we got that. So I can just have these route down over here and down. All right, we got that. Now I need to go in here. We need to get the silicon arc. Don't we have another one? I thought there was another one that was like higher quality one, or am I thinking of the other game? I think I'm thinking of the other planet. All right, so this is just graphite and sand. It's going to make silicon. Cool. We're going to put an overflow gate. Because basically I don't want us to be manufacturing this stuff if we need resources. I don't want that going on. All right, we got that. Cool. We need beryllium, which may be a challenge. Mainly because they've been a little active up here. Not super active, but more active than I'd like in sending rockets over here. And especially if they see that it's going to be part of our ability to crush them. I don't think they're going to be thrilled that we're putting stuff here. So we'll see what happens with this group of stuff. All right, that will work for that. Okay, that all looks good. We can drop this down here. Bring it over here. All right, so that's that part. So let's go ahead and get the tank assembler. We know we can establish it right here without any issues whatsoever. So we'll do that. You guys can just bump up a little bit. We'll put a tank fabricator right there and right there, I think. No. We want to do two. It only requires four of those, so we don't need to go crazy with this one. The one we need to really bump up is the production of the walls. Power-wise, we're doing okay. All right, then I need to do the builder. Or the constructor, excuse me. Can I just get away with two of those in there? And put a duct router? And then we're going to just repurpose where these guys are going. Instead of going in there, we're going to bring it down here. And hope and pray that it works. There we go. Their troubles are not getting enough water. Because this thing's not made to do what it's supposed to be doing. How much power is that generating? 180. Okay, I can make that a vent condenser. Yeah, we're okay. All right, so then I can put a router onto that. And supply it with proper amounts of water. Here we go. Everything's lovely. All right, do we want to go on another adventure? We're building cool stuff now. I need to tell tanks to not go there, though. All right, so this crew. I want you to focus right there. And then this guy. I want you to focus right there. This one, same story. Do we have any other tanks coming? I'm sure we do. We have to. Yeah, there's one. There's probably another one behind it. All right, and then our little chaos boys over here are going to go cause chaos. So let's go, guys. Let's get a move on. I'm going to bring them as far up here. Not super high up, but enough up. All right, we're up plus 1,000 on the power end of things. That's impressive. I don't know why we're up so high on that. Over here, ooh, look at what they're doing. They're trying to rebuild. No. Where's some stuff to bother them? There's some stuff to bother them. Let's go bother them. No, you can't get resources. Not allowed. I love that they just can't. I don't even know if they have units really to stop us there or not. I really need to establish over here, but I'm so concentrated on the right side, mainly because that's where the force has been coming from. We haven't really met a lot of resistance on the left side, and I'm a little scared of that thing. Even though we've clearly been able to take care of them on the other end of things, I just want to kind of not tempt fate and do... I'm trying to be smarter. I'm trying. It's hard. It's so hard. That's one of our beam towers or theirs? No, that's one of theirs. Okay. we got all of that stuff established, it looks like. They're just knocking out some tungsten walls, it looks like. Well, there's no more walls there, so we can skedaddle back. Don't have to engage with you at all. And then we're going to punish you on the other side here. All right, so I'm going to take 2 of these. You're going to join with that crew. Our little chaos machines, chaos boys. This crew here, I'm going to reestablish a little farther up because they're trying to encroach, and I don't appreciate it at all. All right, let's pause real fast. Oh, they're trying to rebuild. That's cute. Let's go cause some havoc here for them. All right, I'm only concerned about these guys. I want them to go stop. You see, these areas are mighty quiet all of a sudden now that we took out their power sources. You guys can track us all you want. It's not going to do anything right now. Oh yeah, look at the silicon production facility. Oh man, you guys had a nice setup here. Sorry, not sorry. Yeah, man, power's so important. You knock that out, like it's, especially if your defenses all rely on, like every defense ultimately relies on power because all your sources of generating everything in this game rely on that power. If you're looking to get gas, you need power. If you're looking to make units, you need power. Like every single resource requires power. So if you knock that out, kind of like our modern world, I guess, but the second you knock that stuff out, game is on, man. So let's go in and get this handled. What are you doing, my dude? There's still something that's firing at us, so we need to knock whatever that is out. We're going to sneak in the back door here, and we're going to quickly find out whatever that is that's firing at us. Make sure it doesn't do so anymore. And so whatever this thing is rocking us. All right, there's their core. I just want to see what else they have available to them because as we move farther down here. Oh boy. Okay, that was a lot that we just did. Let's go exploring here. They can't be allowed to rebuild any of this. So you see how they're already trying to rebuild? We got to stop them now. We cannot allow them to have anything exist there. The nice thing is that unit-wise, they're kind of toast. I don't even know what they're shooting at there. Oh, they're shooting at me. And we're just going to live right there. And we'll just shoot at your core. You're out of range of all of the things. Oh, I don't have the stuff I need to make that. Crap. I totally forgot about that. All right, so we need to make the, whatever that stuff's called, the acrolite or whatever it is. Or no, it starts with a C. Yeah, this stuff. So that requires... Okay. We can get all that relatively easily, I think. So I'm going to put that... Let's put that there. We can get our duct router. Put that up a little closer so it can go right into there. Boom. Got that. And then all we need is this stuff to get pumped on down. So let's see. Can I put a little router action? I think I can. And then I need heat, and I forget how to generate heat. Not a slag heater, an electric heater. That's what I need. It makes 3 units. Crap, that uses a lot of power. Okay, but we have the power. Okay, not a heat. Well, maybe I'll do the heat redirector here, and then I'll do the electric heater on both sides. It's boom and boom. There we go. We should have enough. Oh, we still don't even have enough of the blocks. Why not? Oh, did I not tell them to make it? My God, I'm an idiot. I'm sorry, folks. All right, let's take a look and see here. Ooh, 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 we got a core. So we have 1 enemy core remaining. We look at this. We knocked out so much stuff. Holy crap, that's awesome. Why do I not have... Oh, did I... We ran out of beryllium again, didn't we? Yep. All right, so I'm going to get rid of that. Copy the unloader. And it's eventually going to go there. Or no, loader. Idiot. All right, we'll get back to tank production there in a moment. Got that one making its stuff. Hopefully. Oh, it doesn't even have power. There we go. All right, and then we have these guys just chilling. All right, you need to reload your health. So I'm going to send you back down over here-ish. This new guy, you're fine. You can head on up. And I'm going to take this one and just explore a little bit. Don't know what we're going to find, but I'm excited. Man, they just had stuff all over the place. I love that we just can destroy it all. Hopes and dreams dashed. Love to see it. All right, so we're getting more vanquishes rolling out here. We should hopefully be having more tanks being produced. Yep, there we go. And our annoying boy army, let's go. Annoying boy army. I'm gonna have you guys go up here and just knock out all that stuff. And I know I don't have to do all this. I am just purely, I'm a little petty right now, and I'm a little mad that it's taken. Well, I think we're at like 10, 12 hours onto this one level. So like, I'm rather annoyed at the game right now that's taking this long to do this stuff. But I think we're golden. Look at our annoying boy army. Heck yeah. All right. We're gonna take more vanquishes. I'll pull them up with this one just so we have a crew together. I just hope that this connects over here somewhere. It looks like it probably does, and that's where our last core's at. I'm just hoping that we can kind of make it through that without having to do too much. All right, so annoying boy army is going to go be annoying boy. You guys, I'm going to put over here because they do have some long-term weapons or long-range weapons that have been firing. They definitely have whatchamacallit, a Titan somewhere over here. But I'm just trying to keep these guys mostly together, maybe sets of 2. Because they're pretty devastating. And they're knocking out all the important infrastructure there. Annoying boy army, knock out the last of that stuff. Cool. Then come on down. Join the party, my friends. Oh, they're even like throwing Locust at us. That's cute. Yep, that whole area is toast. Annoying boy army did its job. And I'm actually going to send them back over here to get some more power back up. Then I'm just hoping and praying that we can roll in with all this other stuff and be good. All right, we're starting to load up like unfairly on our armor. The only thing that we have to check and see is if we can actually get over here. It looks like there's going to be a pathway. I don't know, but I'm hoping and praying that there is. So let's bring these guys up. Annoying boy army. You're all ready to roll? All right, let's roll. I'm going to put them over there and see what they can explore for us. All right, now I want to go no holds barred. I want to wipe out. I want total and complete destruction. I wipe out their life, their mom's life, their memories, their dreams, their hopes, their aspirations. I want all of it gone. I want this to be a crushing defeat that they can never, ever recover from. Yeah, look, this is where they're shooting stuff for the missiles. So I got to see what the missile launchers look like because I still don't actually know. And we're not going to we're not spending too much time there. We already lost 3 of these little guys. Well, I guess we lost 2 of them. And then we opened up the door for our big mambas to come in and start knocking stuff out. Vanquish end. We still have 2 or 3 more vanquishes. There's another 4th one getting ready to join the party. So these guys, I'm going to send really quickly back to get repaired. Send a new set of vanquishes. We have 5 joining the party in addition to our 4 that are already on location. Those guys, 2 of them are going to get repaired here because they're in rough shape. You're in rough shape, so go get repaired. You're in rough shape, so also go get repaired. Power-wise, we're using up a lot of power right now, but look, I'm just going to go get some turbine condensers and build a whole bunch of them right now. All right, and I'm doing that purely to just try to get some extra power out of all of this stuff. Nope, missed with that one. There we go. All right, now we're way back up on the power end of things, so we shouldn't have to deal with that. I still have 2 more vents that I can do stuff with there, but I'm not interested in that right now. These guys are all just hanging on for dear life. That's fine. They can do that. You guys can come in and help clean all this up. You're going to come over here and help knock out their desire to live. Nope, just knock him out. We don't need to worry about anything else right now. Let's keep exploring. My goodness, there's so much. Look at how much stuff they just had, like, monster factories here for all of this stuff. It's wild. They're still trying to manufacture stuff. That's amazing. All right, this is the other end. There's the core. Folks, that's a W right there. We got it. There we go. We captured the sector, folks. We did it. We did it. Holy crap. Oh my gosh, we actually did it. I'm going to take a look at the planet map here. Crossroads is our next one, but okay, we're on siege. I thought there's going to be multiples that were unveiled there, but holy crap, we did it. We did it. I'm so happy. We did something good. I'm just building the core bastion there because I don't know if I need to mine this or set this up. I know we can't take stuff with us, but I feel like, I guess I kind of maybe did this a little backwards and spent 700 years struggling and doing all the things, but we did it. We got this done. I'm so beyond excited, folks. Thank you as always for joining me. I greatly appreciate your time, and I'll see you next one on Crossroads. See you later. Bye bye.